Hi, I'm Matthew, and today I'm not going to do a shave video, but I'm going to do a video on how to break in a natural fiber brush. And if you're not used to seeing me with glasses on, how's that? All right, so you just received your favorite package in the mail because it's the brush you were just waiting on. This one happens to be a Trotters brush. And just a fair warning, I order mine a special way because I want to give back. I don't want the fancy little red box, so I just have Paul wrap it up in a little piece of paper. I don't know, whatever you call this, gift wrap paper. All right, so here we go. Here's our new beautiful Trotters handcraft brush, and if you can see, the bristles are very tight. Let's compare it to this one. See how it's the knot is expanding and it's nice compared to this one. Or let's look at another one. Here we go. See how beautiful that is. Wow. Well, that's what I'm going to show you today how to do. And so this is my process. You can do it many ways, but this is what I find works for me. And so one of the things that you have to do before you get your brushes is you've got to serve some time in the U.S. military to get you a coffee cup. But really, you don't need to do that. But what I do is I take my coffee cup. This is the cup that I use to soak my brushes in when I'm prepping for my shave. So I just fill it up, about halfway with regular tap water. And it doesn't have to be hot or cold, just whatever comes out until it's halfway full. I take that brush and I set it in there just like that. And usually I do this in the evening or before I go to bed, and I let it sit there overnight. So I guess I must see you tomorrow morning. All right, it is morning and my brush has been soaking overnight. And so what I'm going to do is take my brush, and since I can't hold the cup, I'm just going to squeeze all the water out of it the best I can. All right, so it's free of water. You could even give it a few shakes if you like. And so this part, I just take one of my washcloths that I do my pre-shave routine with, and just kind of, you're going to squeeze the knot a little bit just to make sure, whatever water that you can kind of get out of it. And then I would actually just kind of, like you're lathering, to help get out any extra moisture that's in that knot. And after you do that for a few minutes, you don't have to go crazy with it, but as you kind of work around the edges, you'll notice like your washcloth or towel is not getting wet, and that's when you know to stop. And then I just place it on the shelf just like this and let it air dry all day long, and I will repeat this process for a total of 3 days or 3 nights. Sometimes these natural hair brushes will have a little bit of stink to them. This one, not so bad, but you can kind of smell it a little bit. So I'm just going to place it right there. And I like doing that because as the knot dries, I know a lot of people think all the moisture soaks to the bottom, but those bristles, as the air goes across them, it's going to wick that up to where if you have the handle upwards, it's going to want to evaporate up and not do so well. So I just have a little jar here of, I don't know, I think yogurt or something came in here, but I'm going to pour, see if I can make a mess here, the water that's in that cup. And you can see how it's kind of that yellow. And I don't know if this is the natural oils from the badger that's coming out. And I think, you know, whenever they produce those, they're not going to go through and break these in for you because it's just not cost effective. But as you do this, that water will continue to be more clear. And if you smell it, it definitely has the kind of an animal chemical-y smell. I don't know that they dye them. They probably just collect the hair, bundle them up, and maybe send them through one cleaning process. I don't know, but you know, it would be very interesting to see the knot making process. And I have yet to see a video on that. There may be one out there, I don't know. So I'm gonna let this thing dry, and I'm gonna come back this evening and repeat the process, and I'll bring you along for the ride. All right, it is evening time, and my brush has been drying all day. And you can see, still smells all right. Gonna go ahead and grab my brush, and we are gonna soak it again tonight. Now, one of the things I was gonna mention, and I forgot about it, is this process allows those hairs to naturally get wet and dry, and over time, each individual hair will start to split and curl, and that's what makes it extra soft. Although these brushes already have the gel tip, it just really helps it out a lot. So I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, and here we go. Getting ready to extract or squeeze out all the water of the brush the best I can. And I've got my same washcloth. Just gonna kind of grab the knot here and do the same step that I told you before, just kind of like I'm lathering a little bit, just to help get any moisture that is up underneath the knot. And let's see how it's coming along. Look at that. It's already starting to open up. The tips are nice and gelled. The smell is near gone. And let's see here if I got that cup. I want to show you the water difference. It's still kind of ooky. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put it up here. Let that dry, and I will see you tonight. And it's time to soak it again. Yeah, here's the brush. And more. Oh yeah. See you in the morning. All right, it has been soaking overnight again. So let's go ahead and squeeze out the rest of the water. It's in there. There we go. And we're going to take our washcloth, do the same thing, just kind of squeeze that knot, get any extra water out, and then just kind of do the towel lather here for just a little bit. This is a little bit of a tedious process whenever you have a new product and you want to use it right away. But if you do this as you're doing your normal shaves, it's only a couple days. I guess you could speed the process up with setting it out with a fan blowing across it, but I choose not to do that because I want to kind of simulate what actually happens during the shaving process. So I'm going to set that right back up there to dry, and let's go ahead and pour in the water. See, it's pretty clear. It's a little foggy, but all right, I have one other step I'm going to do, and that's optional. I got to wait for this thing to dry. All right, well, it is evening time, and this thing has been sitting there drying, and it looks really nice. You can see it's nice and dry. And so the last step I would do is get my cup again and let it just soak for, you know, maybe 5 minutes or so, just like you would do whenever you're prepping for your shave. And then I take a bar soap, and I like to use Dial because it is the antibacterial. So let me come back in just a few minutes after this is soaked. All right, it is done soaking. So let's go ahead and wring out the water one last time for the video. And I'm going to take that bar of soap, and sometimes, you know, these knots can hold a lot of water. So if you just, you know, do that into the towel or whatever to help dry it out. But I want to take this bar of soap and just kind of hand lather it, you know, for a little bit. I think this helps remove any extra oil from the animal that may have been in there. And this will help finish out any extra unwanted scent that you may have. And like I said, with the Trotter brush, it doesn't get, you know, I haven't had any that's too stinky, but I've had other brushes. I'm going to add just a little bit more water here. Can't see. And so with other brushes, I've had some that were really, really bad. They were too close to the working end. That's what I say. So once you get enough soap, kind of, and the bar of soap is really tricky. But once you get that, making a mess here. Once you get that all loaded up, I like to just let it sit there. Just like when you're shaving for another 10 or 15 minutes. And if you want to, you can work out whatever soap is in there and then re-dab it back in. This part is kind of messy. You know, go back to the hand lathering. Just that way you're getting that all the way worked in. And then just do a final rinse. And you can do this for as long as you want. But I'm going to do a final rinse, and I'll show you what the knot looks like, and then we'll do a before and after. I am finished with the process of breaking in this beautiful new Trotters Badger T1 knot. This instructional video, I guess you could say, can be applied on any brush as far as a natural fiber. So whether it's boar or badger, this will apply. I will try to put a split screen here showing the before and the after, and you let me know what you think. This brush will last you a very long time, and it smells nice, and it is ready for service. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go do a shave with it right now.